whatever happens over the next 22 laps, it's going to the back, it's full throttle. The lights are being held a long time. Lights out, and we are racing here in this crucial Qatar Grand Prix. Martin missed the start. He got massive wheel spin on the Prima Prama Ducati. He's under pressure here from Quartararo and from Bezzecchi, and Bagnaia has made the dream launch. It was a horror show for Martin, as he feared, off the line. Martin's going to come through the first sector. He's down in the 8th or 9th place. A shocker for the man second in the standings.
That couldn't have gone much worse for Jorge Martin, and that's how many of his practice starts went earlier on in the weekend. Both Prima Prama Ducatis went backwards. Jorge Martin is in 8th position.
Nightmare here in the night race in Qatar then. It's got worse as well because Pecco Bagnaia trying to stretch his legs at the front of this Doha battle. He leads from Luca Marini to Gian Antonio there in 3rd place. Marc Marquez has had a real strong start on the factory Honda. He's able to use the power, the grunt of the Ducati down that long start finish straight to make sure he's not susceptible to an attack from Maverick Vinales. Here we saw him, Martin. Look at that. He lights up the rear tyre. His motorcycle, that Ducati, well, it pivoted right, it pivoted left. Just no momentum, no drive grip whatsoever. Oh, listen to that as he just got massive wheel spin, trying to throw 300 horsepower through that Michelin rear tyre, and they know it could not have got off to a worse start, as Martin already in early recovery mode here.
Oh, here's a rematch of yesterday as Binder barges past Marc Marquez once again. They made contact in the sprint yesterday. Binder has got a good start away. He started from 10th on the grid. He's now up into 5th place.
At the moment, Martin is stuck in that 8th place. Can't find a way through on his Prima Pramac Racing teammate Johan Zarco, who's there in 7th. Yeah, Binder and Marquez have had a couple of hard moves last night. Yeah, he's trying to get on with this, isn't he? Trying to maybe up the pace and push riders behind him to places where they don't really want to go in terms of front tyre temperature, front tyre pressure, and of course, more importantly perhaps, tyre endurance and tyre durability over this full 22 lap distance, as Vignales is now creeping all over the rear tyre of Martin, who can't go with Zarco at the moment, can he? Zarco through the first sector is nearly 7/10 ahead of Martin, who's right. That was Zarco. That was Zarco. Now that is a big bonus. That is a big plus for Martin. That's one position gain. Didn't even have to fight for it.
Yeah, could have done with Johan Zarco slotting ahead Maverick Vinales there to at least protect him from that Aprilia. So Martin now up into 7th place, so he'll gain an extra point and move a point closer to Bagnaia. It's now 23 points. Bagnaia, though, through that first sector, he did lose 2/10 of that advantage, as I suspected, with the slipstream down the main straight. So Marini is keeping him in sight at the moment. Martin 2 seconds off the race lead already.
Here is Bagnaia then through turn 10. Binder running a wider line, just sort of glued to the back of Martin and can't do anything about it as well. Here comes +0 89. That was a clear message to Johan Zarco. I wonder if some of the cynics might say that he just...
that was deliberate.
No, that wasn't deliberate, but he slots in behind Martin, but there was a clear message there. Zarco getting the message. He was +0 to 89. Gian Antonio now on the inside, really toughing it out with Alex Marquez. The two Brazilian Ducatis exchanging at least the same paintwork, and it's Digit that's now back up into P3. Taken to the final round decider in Valencia. Just 37 points left to fight for after tonight's Qatar Grand Prix, as Martin trying to limit the damage here, surely with the top speed horsepower advantage that the Ducati, as Marc Marquez said last night, in this very situation, down the 6-gear start finish straight, he was a sitting duck, and here he goes again. Nothing that Marquez can do about that. The speed differential is, for want of a better word, embarrassing between the Honda and the Ducati, and Martin just eases on through. Absolutely powerless there was Marquez. Nothing he could do about that whatsoever.
Fastest lap of the Grand Prix to Fabio Di Gianantonio, running in 3rd place.
Off his Grand Prix career, only one win in the last 7 Grand Prix. That was in Mandalika when he charged through from 13th, but the significance of this one cannot be underestimated.
Good 3rd sector though for Di Gianantonio. He pulled back 1/4 of a second on Pecco Bagnaia, so a lead which was 6/10 of a second is now 3.5 of a second. So Di Gianantonio not letting Bagnaia run away with this, although Jorge Martin not exactly breaking clear of Marc Marquez, is he?
Yeah, and upholding Honda honour once again quite clearly. It is Marc Marquez. You have to go all the way down to Joan Mir.
Martin, though, in the 54s and losing a lot of time now. Jorge Martin is best part of 4 seconds off the race lead. It's funny, isn't it? At the end of the sprint yesterday, as here comes Vinales having a look at Marc Marquez. At the end of the sprint yesterday, we had Pecco Bagnaia and his fans cheering on Fabio Di Giannantonio, trying to take some points away from Jorge Martin. The roles are reversed this time. It's Martin and his many fans who are cheering on Digia.
Imagine being in Martin's position right now. You can see Bagnaia sailing off at the front. You keep coming over the finish line and seeing +0.90
race as Maverick Vinales finally gets the move done on Marc Marquez. I think many eyebrows are raised when Di Giannantonio made those comments. Well, he's living up to billing at the moment.
Yeah, my eyebrows are certainly raised. I think I wasn't the only one in the media centre.
Don't expect John Zarco to be too much trouble for Jorge Martin. He will surely play the same game, but Vinales certainly could be, as he looks like he could overtake Martin at any corner, just taking such a tight line. He's got so much more cornering grip.
Well, he almost ploughs into the back of Martin's Ducati GP23. We've had so many plot twists, so many pendulum swings in this year's MotoGP World Championship, but this one could be the biggest of them all, as Jorge Martin's world title hopes, well, they're really suffering here tonight, aren't they, here in Qatar. Here comes Vinales. This is the move into turn 15, but once again, he just can't make it stick, Martin. Bagnaia and Di Giannantonio, the gap under 2/10 for the first time at the front, 6/10 and further back to Binder. Vinales not close enough in the first corner on the brakes. He's almost able to reach out and grab the exhaust, isn't he, of Jorge Martin. Is he going to go now for it on the inside at turn 2? But once again, shows Martin his front wheel, but no way through.
Look at Jorge Martin's pace though, at 1:54.4. For reference, Enea Bastianini in 13th was doing a 53.7. This could get so much worse yet for Martin.
Sitting duck. He's a passenger on that Primo Ducati right now, isn't he? Vinales then